What's good, y'all? Welcome back to another recap here with your girl. Welcome if you are new here. I'm your girl Ash. Welcome to Ash Recaps, where you're going to get my reaction to some of our favorite TV shows tonight. As you can see in the title, we're going over Marriage at First Sight, episode 11, Moonshine and Monthiversaries. Man, had I would have known, you wish your girl would have prepped for the event. Like, some moonshine would have been nice. They went to the moonshine. Like, it's literally so many flavors of moonshine. Like, these ABC stores don't even be touching it. But I'm going to get to a distillery one day. I'm getting there. But let me focus. Your girl is a lush, and it's like, alcohol. Okay, yeah, get yourself together, y'all. Hope y'all are doing good. Sit back, relax. If you're new, hit that subscribe button. Check out some videos. I want you to see if you like your girl. Bang the bell so you get notified when I drop these videos. Hit that like button, of course. Help your girl out. Liking the video definitely helps out this channel. And I know you want to support your girl. Know you want to help your girl out. So, we are on our road to 500. Come on. 500. I need y'all to help me get there. Half of 1K. We are getting there every single day. So I appreciate all my new subscribers. But yeah, so back to our recap, y'all, our reaction. So getting into this, our first couple, Nicole and Chris, y'all. So Mark, I think is that what his name? Is it Mark? Nicole's dad comes and visits, and it's given like, oh, okay, we see where Nicole get it from. He's very like forward. He's like, Nicole put it very like opinionated, like whatever. So, he was there to come in, check in, see how they were doing, and really have like, I guess, a check-in conversation with Chris or whatever or whatnot. And basically told Chris that the boy need to get some big we want to insert, in a eggplant right there. Some big energy. That's basically what she. And I was like, at first when I was like, okay, like I look. Sometimes don't expect certain things to come out of people's mouths. And coming out of his mouth, it was not what I was expecting. So I was just like, oh, okay. But I was like, you know what? All right. I get it. I can see it. I can get where he's coming from. I honestly feel like that he has that energy and he's like that. He's trying to talk to him. He's trying to school him because he knows his daughter. He knows who he done birthed, and that, that personality of, it's gonna clash. It's gonna come up. And, Chris is a very nice guy, but that very, whole, if you're happy, then I'm happy, as long as everybody's good, that I'm good. Like, if he doesn't stand up for himself, or even sometimes even put himself first, that's where this relationship is going to take a fall. But I can't help but be giddy about them, y'all. Like, I'm such a sap. Is that what like a sap is? I don't really know. But either way, like, I ain't gonna lie, like, I love love. Okay, let's just start there. So, like, just seeing them, they're just, I can't even lie, though. I'm waiting for the ball to drop. I am waiting for, like, it to drop. And it's like small, like little small drops, I feel like, are dropping or whatever or whatnot. Because they did have their, they got to see, like, their wedding and, like, in, like, a video form or whatever or whatnot. So, as they're watching it, it's a nice, they're so cute together, even watching it. But then, here goes Nicole, like, criticizing herself, talking about her makeup, her hair, like, and it's not like, oh, you say it one time. No, like, she kept, like, she was pining over it or whatever or whatnot. And Chris kept affirming, like, no, you look great, like, you look fine. And so for him to, say in his interview that is actually getting, annoying to him. And it's like, oh, okay, this is what she's talking about. Like, my ways, are going to actually start, like, that's what I mean by just like little drops. So it's just like little things here and there. Like, okay, yeah, I see now some of those things that, she was talking about. And yeah, I don't like it. Who can like somebody continuing to beat themselves up and beat themselves up like we got to work through that. You got to get through that, shawty. Like I like nah. Come on, Nicole. Come on, Nicole. But it was very romantic. Like he's you could definitely tell that Chris is a giver. He and like he kind of like said it makes me one of his love language is like gifts or whatever or whatnot. He was just talking about giving and when his person his significant other is just making him feel good and like he wants to give to them to show how much he loves them and he cares for them and that appreciation. And so for their month anniversary, like they went on a helicopter ride tour or whatever or whatnot. Super, they they gonna be all right. A ball or two might drop, but I feel like they gonna be all right. Chris might need to get some oomph about him. Not even might. He could get a little bit more like oomph about him, or it's okay. It's kind of giving like I don't want to feel like these people have to change or whatever or whatnot. So it's kind of like no, like you have to get with you either like this about this person or you don't. And this is something you could deal with for the rest of your life or you don't. So him all of a sudden just getting big, dick energy out of nowhere, like if it wasn't in him to have, it wasn't him to have. The fact of the matter is not every guy is, he can still stand up on his own and, I guess be passive. There's something wrong with being passive, but as long as he knows when to stand up for himself and not, be, just I'm about to know I'm about to say contour, but conform to what she wants all the time. And, yeah. I think that's basically just what I'm trying to say. Clint and Gina really seem to be, really starting like to grow on each other. I love like their weird sense of humor that they have with each other. It does give off like, this looks like it's just gonna be like a friendship. But there's nothing wrong with that. I feel like there's absolutely nothing wrong with that because, friends make great lovers. And I don't mean that necessarily in the wrong way, but if y'all can be friends, I think that's always gonna make great, for a relationship or whatever or whatnot. Not to say that every friend you make is what you're supposed to be in a relationship with, but y'all get what I'm saying. You get what I'm saying. So, I'm hoping that it can come out of that, but at the same time, because they just spilled some beans, at the same time, like as much as I'm loving what I'm seeing and I'm not trying to get excited about what's happening right now because clearly something's going to shift, something's going, to change. And, her being even just hopeful, and again, recognizing the things, the characteristics, the personality traits in him that she wanted in a person. And, Clint is, those things. And to know that basically that's not going to end how I want it to end. Like, I just feel like they just are such a nice looking couple. And of course, a nice looking couple isn't always great on paper, but I'm like, come on, guys, like navigate through this, like, through this space. It was like cool to see, those two couples, Gina and Clint and Nicole and Chris get up together. They went on like they had a double date on like their comedy, like the comedy tour. It's like a comedy tour bus or whatever, whatnot, which was actually like kind of amusing. Like I was a little amused a little bit or whatever, whatnot from this lady and like their jokes. And I guess that, tour, which is how they ended up at like the Moonshine distillery, which possibly now that I'm even thinking about it, may be because Clint was a little like, he had to recover for like their, anniversary date or whatever or whatnot. So maybe, because the bus tour was taking them to multiple bars or whatever or whatnot, clearly because That makes sense. That could very well like make sense. So, them just even, just talking about like, where they were and, just keeping it like, just enjoying each other, enjoying the moments, their anniversary was like, I feel like was like very chill and very them and okay for where they were. They went like on a hike and, that basically that adventurous part of Clint, I feel like, bringing that, shoot, bringing that to Gina, and then them. What did they do? Like a Jamaican redemption party back at the house, and just kind of like redeemed from like all the negativity that basically had happened on in Jamaica on their honeymoon. And this is like, oh, like this is what we want to see. Like it's something's happening here, slowly growing. I'm not anxious for it to, I just want to see them progressing and being good. But again, I can't get invested. I can't get invested because we secretly know the future. Though we don't know, we know what clearly happened. Like they secretly let us know. Like we knew that basically, um, Dominique and McKinley weren't going to end up together, and then they show Clint and McKinley and shoot Dominique kissing. So many names up in this piece, and so it's like, okay, all right, y'all give us a little bit, but then y'all just kind of like leave out the fact that clearly that means something's going to happen with Gina and Clint. So just ill, like why? Oh, I don't like they. I don't know. It just it's giving real gold diggerish. I don't know why I'm feeling like that way. With this whole Dominique thing, but I'm we just gonna move on, y'all. I'm not even going. We gonna get off of. We gonna get off of. Cause I'm trying to figure out like how. I'm already thinking ahead of like how they even end up in each other's presence, but right, because they do end up taking another trip together. Why do they get to come on the trip? Like for what? They're not a couple. Like what's the? Okay, we jump into the future and we need to move on. The craziness of Kirsten and Shaquille. So Kirsten keeps talking about how like basically now it's clear now, it's very clear now. I might not have heard it like in last week's episode, but it's clear now that like she's talking about it. She said it even, and I didn't catch it then. She is now in the place where she's into her husband. She wants to be touched by her husband. She wants to, which kind of proves that earlier in the beginning that she might have been low key putting on the front, that she was not like she was. 5 feet, 5 feet, nigga, 5 feet. Like she was not she was not wanting him. She wasn't attracted, so she did not even want that man to touch her. And now she's in a place where she wants this, and she feels like, and like that. If she gets this intimacy, basically that she's asking for, that's just what's going to help her to open up. But what I kept like trying to figure out, like, okay, what's the disconnect? So okay, right, so they went on their they went to the skating rink, basically like bought out the skating rink because it was empty. I realized it was empty when they had dinner and like a meal in the middle of a skating rink. Like, okay, I ain't mad at it. I love skating, so for me that ain't a bad date for me. That's cute. I would love it. Let's get it. Let's go because I love this skate. So anyway, and if he know how to skate, he can teach me something even better. Bonus, like, you might be getting something that night. So, oh my God, I might scratch that. Then again, I'm probably not because I'm over here just being silly, being me. Yeah, I'm low key, like, kind of hot. So anyway, look, so. See, that's what I get for getting distracted because now I can't even look. Get back here. Get back here. So that's what happened. So they were, out eating, and she was expressing to him how she, basically felt like that there could be, more intimacy or whatever or whatnot. And he's like completely confused or whatever. He's like, I'm trying to figure out like what's going on. I'm like, we have these moments, and she's saying that we're not, like, and I'm like, okay, clearly there's a disconnect. What's the disconnect? Because, right, remember, like, this girl barely wanted to be touched by this man. Are you making it clear that you're now ready to be on that level? That you're now ready to be touched? That you're now ready to get it to this level? And then I think it finally hit because it was just like, okay, after they have like their meetup with everybody and they're in this heated conversation, and she's finally like basically saying like, yes, we could be having more, intimacy, like basically letting him know like, yes, now I want you to touch me, I want you to be, all over me. And he's just like, oh, like, now I can do it. And at first I was confused because I was just like, why does he feel like, it's on, her time. It's on her time. And it was just like, I'm like, yeah, like y'all were waiting for her to, like come around, like to that point. She's here to just let you know that she's here. But I guess it was just like, I guess it's just now like the on demandness of it, of now it's just like now do it. Now you just need to be doing this. Now you just need to be all over me right now. And I don't. It's very confusing. I don't know if she's trying to come off that way, but it's like the communication just could have been like a whole lot more clearer. Because I'm just like, girl, like you, what you need to be more. Because I'm like, what is the disconnect here? Like what is not meeting? Like what is not meeting? Because he wants to be there with you already. He's waiting on you. He's waiting on you to open up. And you're saying, okay, I want these things, and yet he's still not giving them. Yeah, the communication has to be missing somewhere at some point. Because it's like, wait, what? Stop playing with us, girl. Stop playing with us. For a second, y'all, I was almost ready to write off this friend of Eris's or whatever or whatnot. Like, I just like, what is funny about that man not being attracted to his wife? Like, this girl, like, first off, like, okay, you have to have some like looks about you if you win freaking pageants. Like, I'm trying to, like, I'm like, okay, you're saying she's attractive, so it's literally coming down to like she just doesn't have thick thighs and thick hips. You can't get past that as a man. No, not thinking, because some guys do have some qualms about who they sleep with. But as he did get deeper, I was like, okay, all right. And then as they continue to have conversation, and then the friend, asking, I feel like, good, right questions, and then in the end putting it back on him, like, okay, so what are you gonna do in order for this attraction to grow so that y'all relationship can grow, y'all can get there, in y'all marriage or whatnot. And it got a little rough for a second. It got a little rough because I was like, oh, like where could like y'all be possibly like going with this? So I wish that Jasmine would be more vocal about her feelings. I kind of now, I guess, understand the cousin and where she was coming from. Maybe I just didn't like her delivery. Maybe I just didn't. But I'm not going to tell her how to say it, because at the same, like, maybe this is actually how she articulates. Maybe this is how she talks, whatever. But when we get fed up, because it looked like she might get fed up in next week's episode, and then we might get it like, girl, like, give this man a little bit more about what is going on with y'all and what that's doing and how it's making you feel. I think that's what I want, from her. And I think that can like help him more to like even understand like how his holding back is really like affecting her. So all in all, he ends up telling this girl that they are going to wait till after decision day to have sex. And I'm like, sir, what is really going on here? But okay. Wanting to, okay, like, all right, let's all right, the pressure's already there. He's tired of people asking, like, when are they going to have sex, or have they even have sex yet? And then so there's that pressure alone. And then right, she's probably wondering like, when is it going to happen? Is there something that I can do? Like, I think it does make sense that she could be in her mind trying to set things up, or you know, just it's leaving her in wonder of when, you know, it could happen or whatever or whatnot. And so him just saying like, all right, let's just kind of put this on the back burner. Let's not have this as a way of focusing. Let's focus on just us building intimacy without sex, and then after decision day going ahead and, you know, broaching that level, which I can understand. Just having sex to have like it's kind of like art. Actually, you got to give it to the guy a little bit, even though it's like I'm so like, I got my eye on this guy, like I don't even know. I'm like, okay, he's not a completely bad guy, because he's thinking about, you know, his actions and thinking about moving forward, and, you know, sounding like he's wanting this to be a meaningful and a marriage past decision day. So him thinking about the fact of like, this girl is already into me, you know, having sex, and then let alone then even not even working out. My mama said one thing for sure was sex will put you on an emotional roller coaster. And I never get it. I can even imagine as a kid just thinking in my mind of a roller coaster and how a roller coaster do it, up and down, up and down, and up and down in circles and stuff. And I kind of got the analogy, but I don't think I really like grasped it. But now, child, when you're a grown person, you grasp it. So when I think about it on that level, I was like, dang, like, all right, there. It's like, okay, but really reset, you know, really get in. And, you know, it was like, all right, so they went down, you know, their month anniversary, you know, they went down memory lane, pictures, and, you know, their vows or whatever or whatnot, and talking about how, you know, he hasn't really had, you know, put forth that effort, and talking about how, you know, resetting and going in and really putting their best foot forward, you know, this go round. So I don't know, y'all. It's a lot. I just talked a lot. So I definitely want to hear y'all thoughts. Y'all make sure y'all drop some comments down in the comment section below. Hit that like on this video. I appreciate it. Help your girl out. Let's get this video out to as many people as possible. Your likes help to do that. And I think I've talked your head off enough. Like almost like non-stop, I almost feel like. But so if I feel like I forgot anything, I think I'm going to just drop it down in the comments and pin it. Yeah, all right, y'all. I'm out of here.